As I stood over a lifeless form, I looked down and saw very little difference between me and the man I'd just watched draw his final gasp. Our color was the same, our skin, our temperature even, in those immediate moments after. And then the man before me grew colder and grayer. The sheen off his skin began to fade, and the face began to sag as the muscles lost their pull. He was barely recognizable anymore. I gazed at this form, this corpse, this shell. I realized the difference between heaven and hell. What a bounty of promise was standing above, and the end of possibilities for this handless glove. Flaccid and empty, drained of his life, from the flip of a switch, snuffed out like a light. How easy the spark left his form, and so fast. It was clear to me then. I knew. At last. My father before me, once strong as an ox, in a matter of moments, reduced to a box. For in that ashen shell lay not the father, finally free from strife, but instead an addition to the circle of life. Life. The difference between my father and me, the breath, the spark, body and spirit, the unity. The spirit lives on, or so we hear, but lives on where? We're never for sure. But a soul with no form is to be free, guaranteed. But to lose one's spark would be hell indeed. Life. The difference between my father and me, the man who stayed and loved me, the man who left the spark he lost, the one I took from him. The power to create, the power to destroy, the power to give life, the power to end life. The spark. It's the difference between life and death. The soul is the spark. The body is the engine. United together, a life can begin. At first breath strikes the spark, and from there fuels the engine, until the day that will come where it begins all again. In the absence of life, there is only cold death. The body grows colder and loses its breath. The rot comes quick in the absence of life. God is life. That spark in us all, that fire in our hearts, our light or our pall. God is life, with the power to create, to bring more to life, or spread fear and hate. God is not good. God is not evil. God is the power that lies within people. When I stood before him, atoning my sin, I regarded his eye, how dark and so dim. It occurred to me then that within him was gone those years we had spent. I was now all alone. But I wasn't, you see? Because in me resides the power of God. Because by God I'm alive. The thing about life and the power of God, it's within each of us. What we do with it is ours.